everybody, this is Oksana. Today we're making this fun little pendant and it has a very different bail. The bail is done in a different way than I normally do my bails, which results in this unique kind of look. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let's go ahead and get started. The wire we will be using is this 20 gauge square dead soft copper wire and this 24 gauge half round dead soft copper. These are both from RioGrande.com. And the tools you will need are wire cutters. These are the Swanston brand wire cutters, and pliers. These are the Lindstrom pliers RX 7890. So we're going to start with 3 pieces of that 20 gauge square wire for our frame, and they measure about 9.5 inches. I'll just say 10 inches, I'll round it up. And my stone, I can't remember what it's called right now, but it is an oval cabochon, and it measures a little bit over an inch, or if we're doing millimeters, maybe like 27 millimeters or so. So just anywhere in that vicinity. It also doesn't have to be an oval. You can use a teardrop, but position it the point down. We are going to start by grabbing those 3 wires in the middle and taking our half round wire and just taking the tail end of it, it's still connected to the spool, wrapping it the flat side down and the rounded side up facing towards you. So you just want to wrap a few times with that little tail end that you grab to get it started. And then once you do that, you can wrap the other side, but since it's connected to the spool, you can't just, do it in the same manner, as it will get twisted. So what you have to do here is just guide it with one hand and then turn with the other. So this is because it's connected to the spool that we have to do it this way. So you just turn and guide like this, and you just want to do this for a little bit. It's just to connect all 3 of these wires together. And now we're going to trim. You just want to trim the wires so that the little ends are on the same side. And now we're going to press down with our pliers to press down those wire ends and just press down this whole little area. So if your stone is a teardrop point down, you would bend an angle into here for the point of the teardrop to sit in. But since mine is an oval, the inside that's going to be touching the stone is going to be this side here with the ends, the wire ends. So I am going to bend it into a curve like this, trying to mimic the bottom of my oval stone that will be sitting in here. I think I might have bent that too much, so let's see. Oh no, that's actually really good. Perfect. So then you just want to place it down on a flat surface like a table. I'm just doing this in the air so you can see, but I don't recommend doing it in the air as it's more difficult. But you just want to bend the wire frame around your stone and make sure that this stays kind of centered here, bottom center. And then you just want to bring these wires together, all 6 of these wires, 3 from each side. And there's going to be a little gap. We are going to need that gap. That's why I said if it's a teardrop, it needs to be point down, so that, because if it was point up, you wouldn't have this gap. So just like this, basically by moving these side to side, I made these little bends in them and brought them together like that. So now we are going to connect those together by using the half round wire again. So I'm grabbing the little end of it here, it's still connected to my spool, and I'm just wrapping it around a few times maybe 5 times or so. I'm just gonna press down on that little wrap and then take this little end and bring it from the back through the center here and to the front like this, and now I'm just gonna trim it off. So now, since our bail is gonna be a little bit different, we just need to wrap this wire around something because it's not really, well attached before we can trim it. So I like to just wrap it around one of these backmost wires just a few times so it doesn't unravel. Just like that. And now I'll just trim it and then press down on the little tiny wire end there. And let's just push this down like that. And we can put this wire back here together with the other wires. All right, so let's lock our stone in first before we do the bail. So I'm popping my stone in, and here on the back I'm just gonna bend those backmost wires like that onto the stone so that it is locked in. All right, and from the front I'm gonna take my pliers, I'm gonna slide them in here, and I'm gonna bend that frontmost wire like that onto the stone, onto the edge of the stone. Since it is a cabochon, it is domed, so it gets more narrow as it gets higher this way, and that is why trapping the edge traps in the stone. All right, so now we can do our bail. So first thing is there's 3 wires here. I am going to try to turn them like this so they are facing us. So see the difference? Here they're just going straight up, and here I kind of turn them this way. So the very first wire is on the bottom, then we have the middle wire, and then the very back wire is here on top. So they're almost lined up this way. And let's do that on that other side as well. All right, so what we're going to do now that we have them facing this way, is we are going to bend them forward. So you can just, with your finger, kind of press nearby here so that you can start to angle these forward like this, and try to kind of do it in the same area so these little spots here are the same. So I'm just going to keep going. I just like to do little by little on each side. That way I can make sure that they are even and equal. So I'll do one, and then I'll do the other. Sometimes they can help looking from the top as well. But you also want to look from the front because you don't want one side to be higher this way either. Here's what that looks like so far. So what we're going to do now, so one of these is underneath the other one and one is on top. So what I'm going to do is the one that's on top, I'm just going to very slowly and gently curve it. I'm kind of pressing on it here with my thumb because I just want it to be a gentle curve like this, and I want to keep the wires kind of lined up as they are. And now we're going to take this one that's underneath, and as we curve it, we want to bring it to the front. So it's going to be crossing over that other one. and then also curving in this direction. Now I'm trying to center this little curved portion, so sometimes that involves taking this one and pushing it back a little bit to make space for this one until it looks nice and centered like that. All right. And now we are going to get rid of these wires. So I'm going to do first the topmost wires. I'm going to bring them to the back, so from front to back, and then this one here as well. I'm trying to do it in the same spot as that other one. And I'm trying to do it a little higher because I have to tuck away all of these wires, and there's only so much room here on the back. So if I start down here, then then the stone's gonna get in my way. So I have these wires here, and I'm just gonna trim and leave myself a little wire end so that I can tuck away the little ends. And then with the pliers, just bend that little end inwards and press it down to connect it and tuck it away. Just like that. And now we can do the next set of wires, which is the middle ones. So just gonna raise it up a little bit, bend it from front to back, trying to keep the same kind of spacing here on this side, and I might as well just go ahead and do the last wire now as well. There we go. So here on the back, just trim all of these wires, leaving just the ends there to tuck away. So I'll tuck this one away first, and then this one. There's not a lot of space there, so there we go. That one, and last but not least, this one here. There's just a little bit of space there above that stone. That's where I'm trying to bend that into. There we go. Let's see how that looks from the front. Very good. So now we are just going to work on this top portion here. So what I'm going to do here is, with my pliers, I'm going to take out of these 3 wires here the bottommost wire, and let's see if I can just wedge my pliers in there and bend it downwards, and then I'm going to do that to the middle wire as well. And even that top wire, sometimes it's nice just to put like a little curve in it, since all the other wires are kind of curving like that. And now I'm going to do the same thing on this other side, just trying to make them equal. And so to put a necklace through the bail, this is where you do it. This is where that gap is. So I'm just working my necklace through, and then when you wear it, this little, almost looks like a little bow, or like the top of a palm tree. It kind of stays on top like that. So it's kind of a neat look, something a little different than the typical bales. So here's what it looks like from the back as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like down below. And don't forget to subscribe. That helps support my channel, and also this way you won't miss out on any new videos that I post. And I post a new tutorial every single weekend. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.